Welcome to day 243 of the 300 movie challenge. Today, when my voice is god awful for some fucking reason, today we watched the highest grossing film of August 2014, which was Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm sorry my voice sounds like Drax, but worse. I really don't know why. Like, I don't feel sick, but my voice is fucking terrible. So, hopefully both of you can end up saying pretty much any point I would want to make.
Okay.
Bottom line, I like it a good amount. So that's at least the main point.
I guess you both should talk first, or should I talk first? Because I've seen this before.
Oh yeah, that was an interesting divide. What do we usually do? We usually do people who didn't see it yet,
Yeah.
and then the person who saw. Okay, so, I guess I'll try to start, and then Val, you can jump in. I don't really know what to say. So, more or less, I'm the type of person who is not super inclined towards sci-fi. So when I first watched Star Wars, I was kind of skeptical because I was like, what if I don't like it or if I find it boring? And of course, I like the non-prequel Star Wars. And then again, going into this, I always have that apprehension of just okay, it's sci-fi, what if I don't like it or if I find it boring or anything? But I guess because it's a Marvel movie, it does kind of it keeps it still entertaining even if you're not super into that genre. Since they have the jokes, and then they also have the reliance on the dynamic between people and just how they all interact and what goes on with all of them. So that was the main thing that probably carried me. I got very, very slightly lost with just how this whole space thing was organized with
The Nova Corps and everything like that.
Yeah, I appreciate that we got to see Cruella de Vil again, aka Glenn Close, but yeah, the whole, I don't know why, but for some reason with sci-fi it gets really confusing with how governments or how alliances are set up for some reason. I guess because I have it in my head that it's these different species that might have different everything, different different homes and different stages of civilization. They have different rules, they have different taboos, and it's hard for me to imagine how you would bring together so many different things and have them all work together. So I guess that's just me with general sci-fi. But yeah, I got a little bit lost in a couple of places just because I was wait, I got confused as to who people were, because it was hard for me to recognize the not main characters.
Well, also I noticed there's a lot of proper names that are introduced, not just people but places and stuff. So.
Yeah, which is very difficult to establish with I know sci-fi fantasy, but it's super weird because with Tolkien's work, when we watched Lord of the Rings and then The Hobbit and its iterations, it's not that hard for me to grasp it, I guess, because it's still grounded in an Earth-like setting. So not even though there are different creatures and different races and stuff, they're all still a little bit more familiar to me.
Also, their fantasy races are very much they're so tropey, the elves and the dwarves, and you know those things kind of already. So
they're so ingrained into what people know if you consume media. But I guess that is the hard part with sci-fi, is that if you establish certain new types of races, you have to set them up from the ground up, and it might be hard to do that in one 2-hour movie, for example, without just hyper focusing on one or two races, because you have to make it organic still too. So maybe it's just the fact that maybe like visual media for sci-fi might not work for me. Maybe if I tried reading it, might be better, but I just don't tend to gravitate towards it. Also because of my mild fear of aliens, so that. Oh yeah, in the beginning of the movie,
Oh,
Peter
yeah.
Cole gets abducted by aliens, and I
Right after his
freaked out.
mom like dies of leukemia or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
And I
this is
just,
not when someone was gonna say like, oh, how does Guardians of the Galaxy start? Not like that.
I was gonna say, on the flip side of Ryan's point, there's you, Valen.
Yeah. Well, I kind of agree a little bit in the sense of like, for me it was more so the I felt like I needed like a little bit more time with the characters to fully like get all of their motivations and personality. Again, it was still like pretty good. They were still enjoyable, but I wanted like a little bit more.
I think I agreed too, because when I first watched it, I was still a little bit lost and confused on certain points and stuff. But then watching it again, I think I was able to grasp more of what was going on, especially since I knew what happened at the end. So I was like, okay, I can kind of understand how everything's supposed to go and stuff
Yeah.
in terms of world building and stuff.
Right.
It is very different from like all the other Marvel movies, so that's kind of
Oh,
interesting.
yeah, certainly.
It makes me
Yeah,
wonder
because
like, well, sorry, it makes me wonder like, because I know that they, like in Infinity War, you know, with Thanos and like these guys kind of get involved with everyone else. So I know that that at least happens to some degree. So I'm like, how does that work, right?
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, I liked it quite a bit. Like I know some people who say that like this, well, they kind of say it for both of them, this one and the sequel, that they're like the best Marvel movies or whatever. And I would not say that, but I do like it quite a lot. So
yeah.
I think I like Winter Soldier and Avengers a bit more. But I have it like very close to that. Like I have, and then I actually have this. I put this right next to the last movie, actually. So,
Oh,
but
Oh, cool.
I don't know. They're for different reasons though why I like him a good amount. But and I liked the effects in this are really good though.
they are. I really liked like when they tried making the barrier thing during the battle and stuff.
Yeah, I
I
hadn't
thought
really
that was a really
seen-
neat concept.
Yeah, I hadn't really seen
Yeah.
something like that before, so that was cool. And the visual style for this like is really nice because you know they don't have to like ground it with like you know real life. So
Not only that, but the effects that they did on like all the bodies and stuff, especially
Yeah,
when
exactly.
he grabbed the Infinity Stone and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, wait, how many of those do we know about now? I think
There's like 3, I think?
3?
Because you mentioned there was like one in, what was it? Thor?
yeah, Thor: Dark World. There's the red one.
This is the purple one,
Yeah, the
was
Tesseract
the
is the
blue
light
one.
blue one.
the blue
Yeah.
one.
And then, oh wait, wasn't there like Loki's staff?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that had like the yellow one or whatever. So that's 4. Okay.
Oh, 4, okay.
Are there? The thing is, in the movie, they say in this movie, they says there's 6, but I thought I remember that there were 7.
Probably for each color of the rainbow.
I guess. I don't know.
That would make sense. At least.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I don't know, but it is. So now, okay, so we know. I'm just trying to think like where they all are right now. So the Tesseract is. Where is the Tesseract right now? Actually,
Is this on Earth?
no. Wait, Asgard
No.
has it.
Yeah, Asgard has
Yeah,
it,
they got
and
it
this
from-
one is
Right.
now locked up in Nova Corps.
Yes, this Asgard has the Tesseract. Asgard has blue. Nova Prime has purple. The Collector guy had the red one. That was the end of Thor: Dark World. That was the ending credits thing. Was that they were giving him the red one. They don't show
Oh.
that here. and then the yellow one, that was by the guys, the Hydra people or whatever. Yeah, the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So there are still a couple of them floating around.
Yep. I'm sure we will eventually see how this all comes together.
Yeah.
It was nice to finally, like, you know, actually, like, well, I mean, we technically saw him in the end of Avengers, but we actually, like, really saw him as, like, a full person who actually, like, said something.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that was kind of nice. But I can't really point to any, like, one thing and say, like, for this movie, that, like, oh, that was amazing. The effects were pretty damn good, though. So maybe that. But besides, like, in terms of the story and characters, like, it's all good. But I think, at least for me, like, the sum of the whole is better than, like, each of the pieces.
Yeah.
Kind of as, like, an overall product. Because, you know, something that's kind of weird and has, like, a comedy sci-fi edge to it, you know. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But, so, I like it. It's good. But yeah, I wouldn't put it, like, I wouldn't say this is, like, better than the others, but I am definitely curious to see the second one, because I think I've heard that, like, the second one is, like, a bit weirder, which I think actually, which from what I could tell, I think that would make me like it more, so.
I was kind of hoping it would give more clarity because I'm still like,
Yeah.
I'm still so like lost.
You're doing
with the
somersaults.
Yeah, the world building
I
and
think, well, I've seen the trailers for Captain Marvel, and I think they bring up, like, one of the... I might be just totally wrong, but I want to say, actually, they bring up one of the alien races that was in this.
oh, okay.
Because I think the villain in this, the villain, kind of continuing with Marvel villains, is just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his race, what was it? Shit, I forgot the race name. But I think that race was mentioned in Captain Marvel, so
Oh,
there might
okay.
be a tie-in there. I don't know. I might be totally wrong.
When is Captain Marvel coming out?
March.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So, actually, probably about the time that this discussion's going up. Let's see. It's going up in mid-April. Okay, so after that. Oh, geez, at this rate, we're only, like, 2 weeks away from Endgame coming out.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
That's super weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that really, like, grounds this as, like, how far we are, and that we're pretty damn close to finishing, actually.
yeah.
It's weird.
Oh boy.
But we
I
gotta...
said it's gonna get interesting once we hit 2019.
Yeah, well... Yeah,
math
we're recording
scramble.
this mid-January right now, and so
Yep.
we're gonna have to probably go see the January movie in theaters within, like, 2 or 3 weeks, probably.
Yeah.
So, that'll be weird. It'll suddenly, well, from our perspective, it'll be like, we just recorded number 250. Let's now talk about movie number 296. Because I don't think we should, watch it and then wait for 4 months to talk about it.
Yeah, that would be kind of.
That would also be super weird.
Yeah. Yeah, so this was good. I think I said last movie, I'm like, I hope I'm not like the one guy who hates this, and I'm not, so that's something, but...
Yeah.
What's next, actually? Is it... Oh,
Oh boy.
Oh, corn.
another... Corn.
Oh my god.
I
Uh,
call it that. Okay.
I know. This... Okay, so... Before we started this, I had no basis for this next movie. Then after we started watching a certain series, which we're actually going to be finishing kind of soon, I then was like, oh great, this is kind of similar, so I'm probably
Oh,
going
yeah.
to be really disappointed. But I then heard from someone who said that, like, actually this one's better than you think it is.
Okay.
So maybe that's just one guy, but I don't know.
I think I've mentioned, or maybe I haven't mentioned, the fact that the movie is supposed to be better than the novels were, so that
Okay.
could also help.
Well, I guess we'll find out very shortly.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of pray because this is the genre that I hate. So
Mhm. Well, hopefully I won't sound quite as terrible. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Not.
Dying.
Hey.
Bye.
Bye.